All right, good morning, you motherfuckers. How's everything going today, guys? The weekend's over. Oh, I'm old and sore and feel like a bag of shit. Oh, it sucks ass. I hope all you guys had a great weekend. Well, for today's shit vlog or whatever the heck I'm calling these. Um, I had a pretty good idea, and I wanted to do like a top five or a list of five or the best of five or the shittiest five or some type of compilation of fives. The list that I made is like the top five of being 30 years old. So if you guys didn't know, or if this is the first time you're watching out of the 7 people that actually watch this, I've been riding BMX for, I'm going on 26 years. So in those 26 years, you can say I've experienced a shitload. And you can also say that I got a lot of things to complain about. I got a lot of things to bitch about. And I got a lot of things to talk about. And apparently, that's why I'm going to make a list. Now, I didn't put like a shitload of thought into this. Basically, what I did was I was driving home and I was like, hey, I got to make one of these dumbass vlog things. So what kind of things should I talk about today? And in previous ones, obviously my first vlog I was riding, second one I did a tour, and then kind of an idea of what I do with my everyday life. The third one we watched one of my edits from 2001. What do we do on my fourth one? Oh, fourth one I showed some memorabilia, and then this fifth one, yeah, it's the fifth one. So I'm gonna make a top five list of five or things about being 30 years old. So this makes sense. That's why I'm doing this. See this? Right on the spot, in the moment, I came up with this idea while we're here. Man, I'm amazing, dude. I'm like a god. All right, anyway, so I tried to compile some things that I could think of about being 30 or what's good, what sucks, things to talk about, things that I've lived. Now, some of these are just going to be personal opinions, and then other ones will be things that maybe can relate to you. If you're younger than 30, this shit probably won't make sense. But if you remember this from watching it and 20 years goes by and you're in your 30s, you're going to really, all of this is going to be exactly what I'm talking about. It's funny when you get older in BMX because when you're younger, you never think about age. You're just like, yeah, man, I'm 17. I'm just gonna wake up because it's summertime. I don't have to go to work, and all I'm gonna do is just ride my bike. Ride, 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 ride. And you guys are like rubber bands. So if you guys go out and ride and you wreck, you just bounce and you're excited. When you get to be my age, there's no goddamn, well, you could bounce, but you're definitely not getting back up. And let me tell you, getting back up sucks ass. So let me get to the first thing on the list, number five. And number five is going to be friends. Now, this might be a weird subject. Like I was saying, if you're my age, you're going to totally get this. If you're a teenager or in your 20s, this can start to make sense. And the reason I chose friends is when you're growing up, let's just say your group is 5 people. Let's say you're growing up and you have 5 friends and you guys go to school together. You guys hang out every single day. You guys talk on phones every single day. You guys ride every single day. And then you guys just hang out and do everything every single day. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but by the time you become 30 years old, out of those 5 friends, you're going to be lucky to have one. Now, what I mean by this is I don't mean like out of your 5 friends, you could have all 5 of those friends. They're going to stay your friends. But as for riding, out of those 5 friends, if you keep riding, it might just be down to you and your other friend. Now, maybe the way I look at this is because I'm from a small town and small towns don't have a lot of people. And I grew up with maybe like 15 people to ride with my whole 20 years of riding when I was living there. But I'm telling you, let's just say you have 5 friends. You all start out riding BMX from when you're 15. I'm telling you, by the time you're 30, you're going to be lucky to have one. If you keep riding BMX, you're going to be really lucky if you have one friend that rides still. And what I mean by riding is having a current bike, hanging out all the time, still riding. Obviously, it's 2019, so you have to have an Instagram and you got to post on Instagram. What I mean is riding. I don't mean like, oh, I come out every like 7 months and I ride once for like 1 hour at the local skate park and that. No, that shit don't count. All right? You got to be posting at least a few times a week and actually riding. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you hit your 30s, out of those 5 friends, you're going to have one friend that's still maybe going to be riding. And now the tough part is it's not that they quit because the sport sucks. It's because life gets in the way. It's because, let's be honest, girlfriends. Ooh, girlfriends is a big thing. Corny as this sounds, cars, other hobbies. People leave for various reasons. I think the shittiest reason for leaving, and it does happen, is injuries. Sometimes people just get injured, and other times it's just life. It just, BMX was just a thing for them to hang out with their friends, and it just didn't work for them, so they quit. But the hardest thing about being 30, and even for myself as I can go back, is I grew up riding with such great riders, and to this day, none of those guys ride anymore. And if they watch this and they saw this, they'd be like, oh, I ride. No, dude, you guys are married, you have kids, you guys don't ride anymore. And that's the shittiest part. It really sucks that you grow up and you're riding with these guys and you have the best time of your life, and then you get older and you get some facial hair and you guys are kind of riding, and it goes from 5 and you lose 1 to a girlfriend, so you're down to 4. And then all of a sudden 1 goes off to college, and then the next one goes to jail, and then it's just you and your buddy. And you and your buddy are these lifers, these diehards, and you're in your late 20s, and one of you is getting nagged by your wife, and you gotta quit riding this bike, and you gotta take life serious. And all of a sudden, before you know it, you're down to 1. And that one person is you. That's what happens in BMX. It sucks, but it's the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could, man, I'd have my friend Luke back. I'd have my friend Josh. I'd have all these guys back, but I can't bring them back. And when I talk to them about BMX, you know what I mean? They're always like, man, I'd love to come back, dude. I miss it. And some of those dudes, some of your friends out of those 5 will come back. But they're only going to come back because they're trying to escape their adulthood, their adult life. They don't like being married, so they want to come and hang out with you and be a kid again. And come back to memory lane, which, by the way, is my number 4. Number 4 is, like I said, memory lane. Now, with memories, if you've been riding BMX for years, you're going to have all these memories, and you're always going to find yourself when you're bored or you're at home or you're in the car, or if you see a video or something, you're going to remember like, oh, dude, I remember this time back in this day. Oh, this was the best time. And you're going to have periods in your riding life that reflect upon those memories. Like, I can go back from 1992 when I first saw somebody do a bunny hop 360, and I was like, man, one day I'm gonna be bunny hop 360. I'm gonna be better than that dude. And the dude that I'm talking about is this dude named DJ Deschner. No, not DJ Deschner. It was DJ Hagen. DJ Higgins. And I just saw him do a bunny hop 360, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do that. Well, actually, it wasn't a bunny hop 360. I take that back. It was a 360 tire tap. But in 1992, that was fucking amazing. And I just knew growing up, I was like, I'm gonna whoop the shit out of this dude. And then like by 93, I learned how to do that. I learned how to 360 and stuff like that. But you have these like goals and these things, because I could remember in 1993 it was all about like, I want to have 360 variations, I want to be able to jump the biggest jumps, I just want to be so good. And then, you know, I kept riding bikes, and then uh I got a little bit older. I think I got to middle school. Yeah. And then middle school, I remember like, oh, I got to learn tail whips. And one day it would be so great to do backflips. And at this time, I had Eddie Cleveland move to my town. If you guys don't know who Eddie Cleveland is, he rides for Fit Bikes. See, if I was doing editing right now, I would have a little photo that would come up here, or a little video thing, and it would show Eddie. But maybe in a few months, when I figure out how I'm going to do this and how this is, I'll make them more professional. For now, I'm just going to talk into the camera. I don't really give a shit. If people watch this, they watch this. If not, they don't. Who cares? But anyway, getting back, like with Eddie Cleveland, I remember, you know, that time was so great for me, man. We'd be breaking bikes, we'd be partying. At that time, I used to get high, smoke weed, and bike riding was crazy. I'd wake up at 8 in the morning. I'd go to the trails. I'd dig. Then I'd go get lunch, go ride street, go back to the trails. It'd get too hot. We'd get done, go ride some street. Just living that life, you know what I'm saying? And then I graduated. And then when I graduated, I got a car. And I started traveling, and every weekend, I'm not bullshitting you, every weekend I was going to Spokane, Washington, I was going to Oregon, I was going down to Las Vegas, I was going to California. I didn't give a shit where I went, I just went. And those memories I have just stay with me, man. I had so many great people I grew up with. I had Jesse Garcia, and Jesse's an amazing bike rider. Doesn't ride anymore. I mean, it's not that he doesn't like riding BMX anymore. He rides it every once in a while. He works at a bike company and stuff like that. It's just life got in the way. He has a woman. He has other priorities. I guess priorities is a big thing when you get older. I just made BMX my priority. Memory lane is just so great because you can sit around and just go back in time and be like, God damn, that was a great time. Even when you're driving in your car and a song comes on, and a song can remind you of a video part that you watched before. You know what I'm saying? It's just, memory lane is something that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And I always feel like, oh, I'm older now. These times suck ass. But 3, 4, 5 years go by and I'm like, oh, dude, 2014 was fucking amazing. That's just what memories is, man. You're going to create them. So, like I said, with memories, make sure you video record everything. Take photos, man. Photos are impressive. You have a phone. Take photos, take them with your phone, and then if I was you, go get physical copies of those. Trust me. It's the greatest thing ever. When you get older and you can show your kids or whatever not that this is what daddy used to do, it's great. All right, moving on. What do we got over here? Ooh, number 3. This topic sucks. Number 3 is falling. Falling is the worst, shittiest thing that could happen to you in BMX, period. For anybody. I don't care your age. If you fall, it sucks ass. But when you get older and you just have injuries on top of injuries on top of injuries, your body just can't really handle it. You're not as flexible anymore. You get super sore. And it's just like, it's that old man grunt. The other day I did a nose pick at the skate park and I got tangled up and I went straight to the shoulder and I just, and usually when you're this age, it's embarrassing kind of to fall. So your first thing is, oh, I gotta jump up. I gotta shake it off. I'm tough. And realistically inside, you're just like a little girl crying, going, oh, fuck, I'm injured. And it really sucks. The older I get, the more I'm coming to accept the fact that I'm gonna get injured. And before I'd get pissed like, oh fuck, I'm hurt, man, I ain't gonna be able to ride anymore, all I want to do is just ride my bike. When I get hurt now, I just look at it as like time to rest everything else. So if I hurt my wrist and I can't ride for like 10 days, that means that's 10 days of resting everything else on my body. Before, I would just concentrate on just the injury. When realistically, we're BMXers. Let's be honest. We all eat shit. Every single part of our body hurts. So it's good to get that kind of rest. And also finding a way of exercising and having better mental health and just keeping your body, like getting upkeep for your body is super hard, because the older you get, it's harder because you're not as motivated and you're lazy. And if you drink and do drugs and smoke cigarettes, you're fucked, because your body's going to be even worse. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. If you drink, smoke, do drugs, that's cool. But I'm telling you, in this sport, BMX, all those dudes that used to drink and smoke and party, and now they're up in their late 30s like me. I'm almost 40 years old. I can go out, eat shit, and do all that, and I'm gonna be hurting, but I'm gonna be way finer than somebody that drank and smoked and did all that shit. Those guys that drink, smoke, and do all that, and they're all those guys that did that, excuse me, that drank, smoke, and all that, and are my age and they're still riding, those dudes look like they're 50 years old. Their bodies are shit. They're falling apart. They're worse than me. So I'm telling you right now, if you're into drinking, smoking, and doing drugs, it's going to suck for you, because I don't do any of that, and it sucks for me. So falling just sucks, period. And the good thing, though, is I'll tell you this. When you get to be... When you get to be my age, you actually get good at falling, because you've fell so many times that you've just figured out there's like a science to it. You're like a cat. It's still it still hurts, but you've been riding long enough that you've figured out what you can and what you can't do. So basically what you do is you go to a skate park and you do the same shit all over. And when you're with your homies and you're all stoked out, every once in a while you'll release something you used to do, or you'll try something new. But other than that, you just keep the shit simple. Trust me. All right. Number 2. This one is bitching for me. Number 2 is back in my day. All right. You're going to meet salty pricks. I have salt in my body. Everybody gets salty. And what I mean back in the day is the guys that were like, oh, well, back in my day, I used to be able to do this. Or the one thing that I hate more than anything, I'm guilty of it, and anybody else that's my age is guilty as this, is, oh, I used to be able to tail whip. Oh, back in my day, I used to be able to do this. Oh, man, I could do that. Well, I mean, back in the day, I used to do that. That excuse sucks dick. And I understand it, because it sounds crazy. This isn't like the biggest, hugest tricks in the world, but I used to be able to do 720s. Now, they weren't like the greatest 720s. Sometimes I would come up and do like a 690 and then turn it a little bit, or, tire tap towards it. But I could do 720s. Now, I don't even think I can 540 a jump box. Actually, I'm pretty sure I couldn't 540 a jump box. And now, normally, when you get around a conversation and you're hanging out with people that are way younger than you, it's like an ego thing. It's really hard when a kid's out there just fucking killing it. He's just totally good, but you're in your you're older and stuff like that, and the kid's like, well, could you do this? And then the first thing that usually comes out of your mouth is, well, I used to be able to do this. And I'm thinking that it's almost an excuse to like back yourself out of this, because usually when you hear a person say, well, I used to be able to do this, there's a lot of times with some of them that use that, they don't even have any proof that they used to be able to do it. They just use this as an excuse, or it's a way of copping out. So I've been trying to, in my mind, just not use those words anymore, and just be honest with myself and tell the kid, like, yeah, man, I used to be able to do it, but I can't do that shit no more. I'm old. I'm old, man. The risk reward, it just isn't worth it. Like when I go and ride street and I'm with kids that are fucking murdering it, like the guy I work with, ZJ. ZJ just murders it. We can go to a 12, 15 stair handrail and he wants to do hanger. Then he wants to oppo hanger it. Then he wants to regular ice it, oppo ice it. If I go to this 15 stair, dude, I got one trick. That's it. I'm gonna 50 it. That's it. Back in my day, 50ing a rail and just going down it was totally fine. That's it. That's all I have. That's all I want. But I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh shit, man, maybe I could try to crook it. Maybe I could try to ice it, you know. But I know the risk and reward part about it and what's going to be rewarding about it. Ooh, I post that I ice picked the 15 stair handrail. I get what, 10, 15 likes on my Instagram. Everyone swipes through it. I get maybe a few comments and it gets 3 or 5,000 views. Whoop-de-doo. It's just not worth it anymore. And so like the whole idea of it just it makes no more sense. Like I've already made it to the pinnacle of my BMX. I don't think ice picking a handrail is gonna make it any better for me. And also kids are doing bar spin to fucking ice pick the bar spin out and kick flip out. Like my just regular ice pick down it isn't gonna do anything, and if I wreck on it, I'm fucked. I'm done. I'm gonna be hurting. There's no way in the world I can ice pick a 15 stair handrail and come out of that clean if I wreck. So it just ain't worth it. So the whole I fucking hate the back in my day. The back in my day, I used to, man, I wish like I'm guilty of it. I'm pretty sure if there's some 30-year-olds watching this, you're guilty of it. I just suggest maybe changing the way you think and just being honest and telling the person, like, hey, look, I can't do it anymore. I just can't. And most of the time, it ain't worth it. And usually because of your age, kids look up to you. So you're totally fine. And the number one, my biggest complaint about being 30 or my top 5 on 30, I don't know if this is complaining, is just waking up. Oh my fucking God. Does it take forever to get out of bed when you're 30 something years old? I'm telling you, my back is killing me all the time. Yesterday, I fell asleep for 5 minutes, both my legs cramped up. Bad. I drank probably like 20 bottles of water. So I'm going to get people saying, oh, well, maybe you should eat healthier. I'm eating an acai bowl right now. I know that's got some sugars and stuff, but I mean, to me, that's good. I'm drinking Canada Dry ice carbonated sparkling water. Like, you know what I mean? I got tons of hydrates or whatever the hell that thing is in me. I eat semi-healthy. I don't eat like Burger King and McDonald's. I don't drink soda. I stopped drinking coffee. My body fucking sucks. So I'm going to be 37 in a few weeks. I think I have to start working out. That's the only way I can keep riding BMX. And I have to be about this. I have to be smart about it. Because, dude, I'm telling you, waking up and just, my back hurts. Just all your injuries. I'm going to tell you right now, kids, when you hit your 30s, waking up is the worst. Because right now, if let's just say you do a 540 and you fall over and you get a swelbo, right? Nothing. Cool. It turns purple. You're fine. You're going to ride. Nothing hurts. Well, you don't know this, but 20 years later, that fucking swelbo could just be something that's a reoccurring injury that comes back and haunts you all the time. And that's what I got. So all these twisted and broken ankles and my collarbone, and I've broken my shoulders. I've broken so much shit on my body that it all comes back to haunt me. And my number one worst thing for my injury is my sciatic nerve. My L4 and L5 are fused together. So your bones are supposed to be like, I think it's like this. Well, mine's like this because they're both fused together. And so my back likes to give out. It hurts. I have to stretch just to walk. So my number one complaint about being 30 and riding BMX is just waking up and feeling all of that garbage that you've had over the years. And I also want to say, if people that are like 40s or 50s watching this and they hear me bitching, complaining, I'm sorry. I don't know what it's like to be that age, which is the same as somebody 17 doesn't know what it's like to be 30. So I'm just giving details of what it's like to be up to my part of my life at this moment, at this time. I don't know what it's like going to be 50. I hope I can still be riding at 50, but to be fucking honest with you, I don't want to fucking fall at 50. I already fell at 36 yesterday and I'm sore. So anyway, guys, it's already like 25 minutes. I think this is long enough. I don't know how many people are going to sit through this. I really appreciate everybody giving me back, commenting back and telling me what they think of these and what I should do and suggesting things from me. And the more feedback I get, the better for me. So I hope you guys really enjoy these. I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. If you guys could, leave some comments, like this. And obviously, like I said before, if you don't like this and you want to dislike the fucking shit out of this, you guys already know my name's Billy Perry. You know, FTL for life. Go ahead and dislike it if you don't. But seriously, and hit the notification bell. I'm trying to do these vlogs as much as I can. The format is nothing compared to everybody else. I realize that everybody has everything together. They have, you know, like starting and ending and credits and music. I don't have the time to do it. This time that I'm giving you guys is very valuable, and this is the only time I have. So I hope you guys appreciate this. And you guys better have the greatest morning in the world. Leave me some comments. Share this. If you share this, I love you. All you people out there, if you do share this and you put it on Facebook or your Instagram and you do it in the stories, I appreciate that. All right, guys. Love you and have a good day, my lord.